So Thomason's car looks pretty strong right now for the time being on the opening go. Jacob Thomason out of Phoenix City, Alabama, leading the way to the back straightaway. Sitting in second spot is going to be that car number 47 of Trevor McMullen out of Phoenix City. Couple of Phoenix City natives there for 1 and 2. McMullen goes up the racetrack. To the inside comes 22 of that machine battling for third. That's going to be Michael Brewer. He'll try to pick. Nope, sorry, that's Daniel Brewer. And he'll try to peek down to the inside to make a move for third spot. As they'll come to the line, another lap will go on the board here as they'll exit off of turn 4. So the 602 late model sportsman underway in heat race number 1 of 4. Looks like McMullen about bounced off the wall there for a second. That allowed Brewer to get back to his inside. Other Brewer car shoots up the racetrack as he battles Dylan Knowles for that spot for 7th and 8th as they go into the corner. Down into turn 4. Another lap under the flag stand, and it's still going to be the number 6 car out in front. Thomason leading the way. Clean and green for the time being. Nobody breaking out of line. Still going to be the number 6 leading the charge as they'll exit off of turn 4. Another lap on the board. Flag to flag so far by Thomason. The number 6 of Jackson Thomason out of Phoenix City, Alabama, leading the way. They come across the line of the lap on the board. Thomason out in front, 47. White flags in the air, one more lap to go. Trevor McMullen in second spot. And right there in third is going to be D22 of Daniel Brewer, and that's the way they'll wrap it out in heat race number 1. 3 wide coming to the line. In the middle was 22 of Michael Brewer. And wow, Dylan Knowles about drove down on the inside passenger right side of Brewer's car. So a little heated moment there between those two cars. Maybe Brewer and Knowles did not like the way he raced him on the racetrack. But cooler heads prevail, and Dylan Knowles will exit back to the pit area, to the Eckert Field, as we call it. They'll go to the scales to make it official.
The Braves are 2008.
That's right.
I brought her up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, do we got any Braves fans in the grandstand? I see some of y'all. Okay. Well, I'm a big Atlanta Braves fan. The Atlanta Braves just wrapped up the National League East Championship. So, again, big kudos to the Atlanta Braves. They'll chop on and get ready for the postseason. Getting ready for heat race number 2 coming up here in just a moment. It'll be another 10-lap heat race. They'll take the top 4. Top 4 will transfer into tomorrow's show. Everybody else will go through one of the consies tomorrow morning. Let's give you your starting lineup on the pole. The car number 6D. Ready to roll here. That's going to be the machine of Hood. Car 6D. To his outside, it's going to be Taylor in the 18 machine. Car number 18 of Taylor. 18 of Taylor, Josh Taylor out of Ellisville, Georgia. Row number 2 to the inside, the 6W. That's going to be Mark Wilbanks. Mark Wilbanks in car number 6. Of course, one of the friends of Mr. Mike Davison and Decoa Raceway. He'll start on the outside. Car number 90 of Weathers. Weathers will be in the 90 car. And Josh Weathers resides out of LaGrange, Georgia. Row number 3 to the inside. Brandon Galloway in car number 42. Boomman Galloway is actually out of Gainesville, Georgia. To the outside is going to be Ducker in car number 7. And they're going to stand on the caution lap another time or two before we get ready to turn them loose. Car number 29 inside of the 3 out of Statham, Georgia. That's going to be Keith Baker to his outside, the 24 of Hugh. And that'll be Chris Hugh out of Collin, Georgia. Moving on to row number 5 to the inside at 9th spot. The 22T out of Phoenix City, Alabama. That's going to be Jimmy Thomas in the Scorpion chassis to his outside of the car number 21. And that will be the number 21 entry of that's going to be Westbrook, actually. Westbrook in car number 21. And the final row. Okay, 21, Brian Westbrook. He's out of Phoenix City, Alabama. And then the final row is going to be the 33 of Hester. Car number 3 of Randy Hester. Car 33 of Randy Hester out of Columbus, Georgia. So there's your lineup. Caution lights are extinguished. We'll get ready for heat race number 2 for the 602 late model sportsman. We are taking the top 4. And here comes the 33 of Hester. He'll better be at max speed. They're coming out of the court. Now they're going to wave off the start. They will wave off the start to let the 33 of Hester catch up to the tail. And now Will Dykes will now give the 1 to go indication. Caution lights are now extinguished. And we'll get ready to try to go again here. Hood and Taylor, row 1. Wilbanks, Weathers, row 2. Galloway, Ducker, row 3. Baker, Hugh, row 4. Thomas, Westbrook, row 5. And Hester in the back of the partridge in a pear tree. As they'll come out of the corner, off of turn 4, we're looking for heat 2 is green. They're 3 wide for second. Meanwhile, jump on the start goes to Hood. He'll battle with the cars 3 wide behind him again for the number 2 spot for the whole shot. It's still going to be Hood off in 2. 2 to the back straight away. They go into the corner. Still going to be Hood. Hood will go to the outside lane. Now he'll dive back to the bottom. They're going to go 3 wide for that second spot. Continuing. Here comes the Scorpion chassis of Jimmy Thomas. He'll power now back to the inside. Bottom of the racetrack trying to make a move on Mark Wilbanks for the 3rd spot. Up the racetrack goes the 18 car of Taylor. Taylor gets sideways. Here comes Weathers. He'll carry Wilbanks with him. And the bottom of the racetrack goes Thomas. And we got him spinning in 4. Ducker goes around. Everyone else gets on the blinders to miss him, and no caution yet. Now the yellow flies, trouble in turn 4. Great fierce action right there. They were almost 4 wide for second spot. The 7 car got pitched down to the bottom. He had nowhere to go, and Ducker went for the spin. Dustin Ducker out of Phoenix City, Alabama. The caution being called on him.
Jimmy Thomas is not driving the 22.
Out in front is still the Marathon Race Fuel, or the Marathon Convenience Store's number 6 entry, CVR chassis. And of course, that is the man in the D&K Enterprises number 6 of Hood. Dalton Hood out in front. He's out of Fort Deposit, Alabama, leading the way. Weathers in second spot. My goodness, they were 4 wide for that second position just a moment ago, battling for second. While that went on, Hood pulled away. The 7 car got pinched down, nowhere to go for the 7 machine. Out of Phoenix City, Alabama, a local native of Dustin Ducker. And then the caution came out again. Super late models, be getting them lined up. You will... yeah, and race monitor is back down again. We apologize, folks. Race monitor might be acting up. I know timing and scoring's working in the tower, so it's something to do with race monitor itself. A lot of people might not realize, but the timing and scoring system that Race Control uses is then sent to another server that goes to Race Monitor server. And then Race Monitor then transmit the timing and scoring signal back to the cell phone devices, the laptops, the tablets. Well, sometimes Race Monitor has a little hiccup and don't want to work properly, and it seems like that's the case here again. As right now, again, Hood out in front. I can tell you timing and scoring is working up here. Hood leads the way. Weathers is in second spot. Mark Wilbanks sits in third. Jimmy Thomas is fourth. And 5th is the number 18 machine of Taylor. Caution lights are extinguished around the speedway. They'll get ready to come back to green flag next time by. A little cloud cover beginning to settle in over here in Phoenix City, Alabama, around the Daytona of Dirt. First time here for the last 30 minutes or so. We've had full abundant sunshine and beautiful blue skies all afternoon, and now a cloud cover settling in here with now the temperature dropping down to now 89 degrees. They come out of turn 4. Green flag goes back in the air, and that cloud cover and that temperature drop can change the race cars dramatically depending on the setup, the way they used it. Here comes Jimmy Thomas. He got fish towel on the bottom, went up the racetrack, got slung down to the bottom by the machine of Taylor and Will Banks. He lost his spot. Now he'll come back to the bottom. Now Thomas will go to the outside lane. Jimmy Thomas trying to battle now for 3rd. Will Banks on the inside. Weathers is right there as well for that spot. And they're going to go 3 wide. Up the middle goes Thomas. Trying to go like a hot dog between the bun. Meat the sandwich. Splitting the bread. Off the corner, he got up the outside, and now he loses 2 spots in that exchange going back to the corner. He was in 3rd, battling for 2nd. Now he falls back to 5th. Trouble front straightaway. Ducker's car backs his rear end into the inside pit wall, and the caution will come out again. 2 cautions on Ducker. That might put him on the trailer. 2 unassisted, 3 with help. That's the rule book for cautions. That's the 2nd yellow flag on the number 7 car, so he possibly might be being told to go and park it. So Ducker will be the cause of the 2nd yellow flag. Of the 3rd time he'll be parked. Oh. I'm so used to that. I understand they don't do that here. I'm so used to that 2 unassisted, 3 with help caution rule. All right, so we'll get ready to go back for the restart here in just a moment. Caution again coming out for the number 7 car, 2nd time for Ducker. Super late models. Super late model drivers, please report to staging. Your hot lap session is coming up next. Super late model drivers. Hand me that paper. That's mine. Super late models. Yes. Super late models, you hot lap next. Super late models after the heat races conclude for the 602 late model sportsman. You will hot lap next. Thank you for joining us on our coverage on the 3 and Out Sports Network from Dallas, Texas, is where our network servers are located. For executive producer Trey Snide and LaDonna Simone, along with Michael Patton, I'm Wesley Outland. We bring you here Flag to Flag Audiocast coverage of the 46th running of the Alabama State Championship race here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway. Once again, a quick reminder, we'd like to remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you under exclusive rights granted by East Alabama Motor Speedway to the 3 and Out Sports Network Incorporated. Solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction of the audio events in tonight's program, and again, retransmitted without the express written consent of Trey Snide, executive producer LaDonna Simone, and the 3 and Out Sports Network, as well as Billy Thomas with East Alabama Motor Speedway, is restricted and prohibited. So, Ducker's car still trying to get back going again. Damaged back spoiler and all. Race fans will come back later tonight and do it again. Later on this evening, we will have the Saturday night portion of the show, including the feature races for the Cajun Mini Stock Association. They'll run their 25-lap event Also on the card will be the Street Stock feature presented by LoveStuff.com. It will also be the Junior Hot Shot feature